I have an Ultimate Works Dooku lightsaber for you guys. This was the first of the new round of commissions that I opened up on September 1st. And this one took a little bit longer than I was expecting. I basically finished up 2.5 of those 3 commissions I took on, and I'm just doing the video now. But I talked to the customer. I got called into work a little bit more than I was expecting. And so it took a couple extra weeks than what I was expecting. But again, the customer totally understood. He was really understanding about it. So anyways, so this is finished now, and you'll have a couple videos coming out. I know it's been a while. But like I said, it's a Ultimate Works Dooku hilt with a deep red green tri-Q LED in the emitter, 18650 lithium-ion battery, a Prizm version 5.1, 24mm Saber Essentials bass speaker, dual switches here and on the other side of the hilt, external recharge port, and then a Stoke Custom Works 3D printed chassis on the inside. I've used this chassis before when I did Keenan's Dooku, and I really liked it. It was very well designed. Something that I noticed that I did with Keenan's that I didn't do here was that on the website it originally said using 5mm accent LEDs on the inside of the hilt. You'll see in a minute. And when I did that for Keenan's Saber, it made no sense because the holes weren't the right size. Though I know that Dimitri meant to put 3mm as the required LED size, which when you'll see this, it makes much more sense because the LEDs fit into the hole nicely and they can be secured. So yeah, so for the actual fonts on this Saber, I have Dooku by KSith, and then I'm not sure, I have another Dooku font on here. But I basically divided it up amongst the banks to try and give the customer like the nice experience of the different fonts. And it has a special boot for the first one, which I'm a huge fan of. Keenan designed a really cool boot, so I'll show you guys that in a second. One thing to note that I do for all the Ultimate Works Dooku hilts is that because there's this external recharge port, I actually hide it with an accurate kill key that I make myself. It's made from just the normal long kill key that you can buy from the custom Saber shop. I cut it down and then I attach a button head Phillips screw to the top of it, and that is accurate to the prop itself so that it hides the recharge port, and then when the time comes you can pull it. Sometimes you might have to get in there with like a small tech screwdriver, but I can get in there with my fingernail and pull it.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force.
So yeah, so like I said, there you have just it's just a quick kill plug that I made. The inside has been insulated so that it doesn't short out on the pin. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this booted up for you guys. In order to show you the first boot that we did, I'm gonna have to pop this in and pop it back out, so you'll see what I mean in a second there.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
So all of that was part of the boot. The first half of the boot was when you remove the kill key. So he's, and then the second half of the boot is.
But by our skills with a lightsaber.
Which is kind of a cool feature. Like I said, the way Keenan did that was really awesome. Where if you don't want to keep listening to that, you might want to cycle to the next bank. But that's a cool way to start this particular sound bank. It's just, like I said, it's really unique and it's something different just to kind of add to the experience. So you don't have to keep listening to that. I'm going to switch to the next bank, which has the same font, just different boots.
Now, it is finished.
And then in order to switch banks, you press and hold the auxiliary button, which is this one. And then to boot on, it's just a press quickly of... So, oops, I hit the button. Press and hold, then go to the next bank.
As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
Even though the Prizm 5.1 allows you to change your color of the blade, I deleted all the color profiles and then just left one with the deep red green flash on clash. If you really want to add in a green blade with a red flash on clash, you're more than welcome to. I can take 2 seconds and walk you through how to do that. It just doesn't really make sense for this hilt. And if you're anything like me, I would hate to have like a red Graflex or like a green Obi-Wan Saber. It drives me crazy. So, but again, if you want to do that, if you want to have a green blade with red flash on clash, let me know and we can set it up real fast. It'll take less than 5 minutes. So let me show you the internals first, and then actually I'll show you the blade, then I'll show you the internals. So this is designed to take a 7/8 inch blade. It's not a lot of blade depth if you look there. It's only, it's not even the length of my index finger, but that's okay because this is such a tight-fitting blade holder that you can put this in, and then I just twist gently till it's in. Then you take the smaller of the two provided kill keys, twist, get that in there, twist, thumb tight, like that. There you go, blade's not coming out. And then and so if you hear, I'm just gonna take the blade back out. If you hear that delay, or you can tell there's that delay from when you click the blaster sound to when the actual blaster goes off, that is defined in the bolt parameter section of your sound bank, which can again be modified. If you delete the entire bolt parameter, it actually makes it so that the sound and the light happen simultaneously, whereas right now there's a delay. So it's to simulate the bolt traveling, but that's up to you if you want that. Again, it's simple stuff. If you want to change that, you can adjust that in the manual. So that being said, I am going to show you how to take the Saber apart. Brief warranty, which is that this is the only part of the Saber you're allowed to take apart. You're only allowed to mess with this screw right here, which is the upper of the 2 screws, because this is holding the LED, and then this one screw to take this section apart. And when you take it apart, because this is a weird design where you have 2 sections with electronics, you have to be very careful. So have a surface in front of you, a flat surface, where you can, again, the smaller of the 2 Allen keys, and just loosen it. Don't even need to take it out. And then gently, I'm going to put this against my chest, but you basically just want to wiggle. Actually, I can do it like this. Just wiggle, 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 until that comes out. Now you can see I have one of the 2 blinkies on right now, and normally I do not recommend doing this. I'm going to hold this to show you, but leave it on a flat surface like this. And then right here you have your SD card. Very easy to access. The wires are easy to move out of the way, and so you can pop it out, pop back in, only if the kill key is inserted. Change your fonts, do what you have to do, and then and then just as I was talking about the blinkies inside, so, and that goes back to just the green blinky. So just some small things that you can keep an eye on. And again, then you go to reassemble this. If you look at when you start to do this, the wires curl a certain way. That's how I've designed it to go. So you want to feed the wires into the bottom part of the hilt and just slowly just push it together. If the wires seem, I'm just going to do that. If the wires seem like they are binding it all, take it out and try it again. It's pretty easy to get it in there, But again, you just want to be careful. You know, right now I'm just wiggle, 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 and it fit in, no issues. So I can hold that, go back here, I can tighten the set screw, thumb tight, maybe just a little bit above thumb tight, but not much more, and you're good to go. Put that there, put this here, I'm going to put that kill key back in. If you want another kill key, you can always buy one from Shapeways, a custom Saber shop, anything you want. You can buy one of these long ones and cut it down. You can do whatever you want. This just happens to be a custom made one that I did, again, for this particular hilt. As just kind of a thank you to all my customers who buy these hilts, because it's just a little upgrade I can do that's, you know, pretty nice. So that will do it for today's video, guys. I have another Dooku coming up that is a NeoPixel build. It's actually my first commissioned NeoPixel build, as well as a Saberforge Shatil Shan inspired hilt. I think it's the Grandmaster hilt. I'm not positive. So don't hold me to that, because I'm not a huge expanded universe type guy. But I should have those coming up. And then I have a bit of a partnership with Phoenix Props. I'm going to be doing a handful of the lightsabers for them. So it's going to delay when I open commissions. But again, that'll all be updated on my page in the next week or so. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, shoot me a message, throw me a like, whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.